Yes. Good afternoon, learner. This is Krishna Kumar from Jawaharlal Navodaya Vidyalaya, Pondicherry. And today's topic is database management systems, senior secondary class. In this session, we will learn basics of database management, how to create database, how to store data in table, how to drop table, how to extract data from our table. And after learning this topic, you will feel that you can manage any paper-based data into computerized database. We'll also learn the benefit of making a data as a computerized database. So we will start. So right, so these are the objective of our today's topic. You are able to define database after learning this 1 hour class. You are also able to design a simple database after learning all the 3 types of data models. You will able to use a software called as a MyStructure query language to create database and table using your computer. And also we will discuss on so many MySQL commands which can be useful for any kind of data operation. So without wasting a single minute, we will go for the topic. So first of all, there is a question in everybody's mind that what is data? Because we are going to learn database management system. So first of all, we must have to understand that what is data. So I will explain you any row and fact which is independent and unorganized called as a data. Any kind of information which is not properly organized, just it is stored and it is kept without any arrangement. And if you want to extract any data from that data which is unorganized, you cannot be able to get it. Right. See, this is a very simple example where I have created a database where I have stored some of the information, and these informations are not properly arranged. Even we cannot be able to identify that what kind of information is this. A name we can identify that Ajay is the name, Raj is the name, Hari is the name, and Tanu Ram is the name, but we cannot identify that what are the remaining things. So in such this type of situation will always occur. To avoid such type of situation, we need database management system. Now you can see in this example, we have stored only text data, but the data cannot be only a text data. It can be a combination of graphics, audio, or video. A simple example. I want to tell you a very simple example. Suppose you are using your smartphone and you have stored some of the song in your smartphone. If you want to search a particular song, then how you will search? So better you can arrange all the data in alphabetical order and you can easily search your information or data, not only in your day-to-day life, but in a complex programming also. Now the second question, what is information? So the data that has been processed into meaningful form. If we will extract the data, if we will calculate the data, and if we will finally we will extract the meaningful data, then it is called as a information. See the same example I have posted here. Left side you can see the unorganized data and right side you can see the organized data. I have given the roll number for the number 1201, 1202 like that. Name I have arranged properly. According to name, I have arranged the 5 subject marks as per the roll number, name and student wise. So this you can see this is called as a meaningful data. Meaningful data is becoming as a information. So if simply you will keep all the data or all the information as it is, that's not an information. Okay, that is called as a simple raw data. But when you will compile it, when you will process it, and finally you will arrange it in a tabular form, then it will become a meaningful information. The data, when it is going to be arranged properly, it is called as a meaningful information. Now, let us discuss what is database. Data is over, information is over. Now let us understand what is database. An organized collection of related data is called as a database. If you are organizing data, which is called as a information, and if the data is related to multiple table also, not only from single, suppose just take an example of the paper-based data, where one file you have made for stock entry, another file you have made for all kind of sales and purchase. So okay, how to check it both together? So you have to arrange it properly. The item which you have made in stock, the same item you have to made in sales and service. So it can be easily checked, it cross verified, and we can find a meaningful data. So an organized collection of related data is called as a database. See the example, index your book, whatever book you are holding. In that book, all the indexes are available. Why they are giving index? Because suppose lesson number 4, the page number they have given. So immediately you will go to the particular page and you can find out your related information. This is called as a organized collection of related data. Another example, telephone directory. You can see in a city, a lot of peoples are having telephone, and a directory will be made. So it will be a very big book. So it is very tough to find a particular phone number. How to find out? It's very easy. With the help of the alphabet, we can easily find out. With the help of series of number also, we can easily identify the particular person telephone number. Same dictionary is also available. You may have using dictionary. In the dictionary also, if you want to search something, you can easily search with the help of index or with the help of wording. Another example, student attendance register. You all are the student. You may have study in such of the school where the attendance register used to maintain all the name of the students entered in the attendance register in a serial wise alphabetically, and then according to that the attendance has been taken. So it is also one kind of organized collection of related data, which is called as a database. So these are the simple example of your database, and some of the complex example is also available, like a school database which is related to student data, and a company database which is related to employee data. In student data, it may be a divided into one file which is called as a admission file, second file which is called as a teachers file, third file which is called as a library file, fourth file it is called as a any kind of other information, marks information. So you can see all the complex files are joined together to become a database. And same thing, employee data is also the same thing is there. Employee basic information, employee educational information, and employee salary information, or any kind of information can be stored in our database management system. Now let us compare the paper-based database and computerized database. The paper-based database is called as a manual database. Even if you are writing something in your note, it is also an example of database, because you are recording the information based on chapter, based on topic. Okay, but there are a lot of problems are there in manual database, and over the computer database is having a lot of facility to you to do your work quick and fast and safe. So first of all, you can see the redundancy is an example of a drawback of manual database. Same time, it is a plus point of computerized database, because redundancy is called as a multiple copies of same data. Suppose you are maintaining a register and you have written a one person name. Again, 3, 4, 5 days after, the same person has come and you will write the same person name again. Okay, and after 1 month again, suppose he has visited, then what will happen? The data, same data you are going to repeating again and again. Instead of this, you can use computerized database where the redundancy can be easily avoided using the key concept. Okay, a column can be assigned as a primary key and the unique number can be given to the particular user. So whenever the user will visit or the information will be entered, based on the key, the information get filtered. It will avoid to duplication of any kind of data. Let us have an example. For example, a student join and given a ID 101 and name also given. After 20 days, the student came and he has asked again to give me the admission. So what you will do? First, you will ask any ID do you have? Then he will say I have forgotten my ID. Then you will ask his or her name. Then you will get it name. After getting name, you will check it and you will ask, is this your ID? If he is agree, then you will not repeat. You will not enter the data again. Is it clear? So multiple copies of same data can be easily avoided or removed by computerized database instead of manual database. Second thing is inconsistency. Multiple mismatching copy of the same data also can be avoided using computerized database. So many filters are available. With the help of this filter, like a unique key, like a check constraint, check key, we can use and we can filter our data. So data should not be repeat. Okay. Now, the next thing, loss of integrity. The valid data all the time can't be sure. We cannot assure in a manual database that we are going to enter a valid database until unless we will mention the column name on each and every page. Is it clear? Suppose you have given a phone number as a column and next page you have forgotten to give the column name and you have started adding the data, but unfortunately instead of phone number you have added some other number, Aadhaar card number. Then what will happen? The integrity will be lose or lost. So these type of situation can be easily avoid using your database management system or computerized database. The data validation can be set and according to the validation, the related data can only be entered and other data cannot be entered. Suppose in a column, if you want to enter number only, we cannot enter alphabet by giving the types of data or setting the types of data type. And finally, the manual database is having the data insecurity. It means a unauthentic data alteration can be possible if any meaningful information got in the hand of unauthentic person, then he or she can modify the data easily. But in a computer, if it is a centralized control and to access the data, passwords are required. To update the data, passwords are required. Then the alteration or unauthentic alteration cannot be possible. So these are the benefit using computerized database over the manual database. Now let us understand some of the terminology of database management system. First of all, we will learn database management system. A software which is used to manage computerized database is called as a database management system software. Some of the example, MySQL, we are going to learn here. Apart from that, Oracle, DB2, Sybase, Microsoft Access, and MongoDB. These are the common example of database management system software. Apart from these examples, we will learn MySQL because it is freely available over the internet and it is a highly secured software also. Don't think it is freely available means it is not secure. It is freely available, same time it is totally secure also. Safety will be most important for this software. See, these are the common 10 free open source database management software example. Out of these, any software you can use for managing a database in your computer system. Apart from that, Oracle, Sybase, IBM, DB2, SQL Server are also common example of database management system software. Now, the second thing, relational database management system. So data which is organized in multiple table, and the table consists row and column, is called as a relational database management system. Database is okay when we are talking about relational database. Then suppose a student data we are going to record, then the student data can be divided into many tables. I will explain you what is table. I will explain you what is row and column. Uh, will come in next slide. Don't be worried. So these things we have to understand. If the data is organized in multiple table called as a RDBMS. See the an example. It is an example of student database management system. Here in first table, you can see the data is asking student last name and first name and student number. And second table, student subject it is asking, and the subject also they have given separate table, exam result and overall marks. So you can see the data is organized in different table, but all the tables are linked together. That's why this is called as a relational database management system. See, all the tables are linked with each other to extract the final result. Now let us understand what is table. So you can see this is an example of table. A two-dimensional data representation is called as a table. How it is two-dimensional? See, this is one dimensional from top to bottom, and this is another dimensional from left to right or right to left. Here from top to bottom, if you are going, is called as a column, and right to left or left to right, if you are going, it is called as a row. So I hope it is clear what is table. A two-dimensional data representation is called as a table. You may have prepared in your notebook also. In first page itself, you are preparing the contents or you are preparing the timetable. This timetable is nothing but you are preparing a table or you are displaying the data in 2D using a row and column. Simple example. Okay, if you are preparing your daily timetable, daily routine timetable, that is also a best example of a table with row and columns. Yeah. Now, as per your syllabus, there is a question, what is a relation? Okay, so a table itself is called as a relation. You have to understand. Now, see, this is another example of a table where I have stored some of the data with heading name. All the names are there. Telephone, all the telephone numbers are there. Address, all the addresses are available here. See, all the data is meaningful. In the column of name, we are not writing telephone number, and in the column of telephone number, we are not writing address. So uniqueness is there. Each information is related to the particular column only. Now, this is what table, two-dimensional representation of data in a row and column called as a table. See, top to bottom and top to bottom, they are called as a commonly collectively columns or attributes. Is it clear? In a table, the data from top to bottom, see, you can easily identify that which are the columns. So name, all the names are column. Telephone, all the telephone related data is a column. Address, also a example of columns. Now let us take the same example. It is also a table, and you can see these are from right to left or left to right. You can see information is available, meaningful information is available. The person name is Abhishek and its telephone number is this, address is Prem Nagar. These are called as a rows or tuples. The another name is tuples. So I hope it is clear to everybody, right? They are horizontal subset and vertical subset, row and column, or attribute and tuples. Now let us understand what is a schema. So a skeleton structure that represent the logical flow of entire database is called as a schema. It means, for example, if you are talking about a particular table or particular database, in the database, what are the columns are available? Okay, and what are the tables are available? Simply we can try to understand what are the tables are available if they are interlinked, and if you draw a diagram of these table name with the interconnection is called as a schema. See, this is the example. You can see how the data is going to be stored and how the data is going to be accessed. Data can be stored using these column name, artist ID, artist name and notes, and data can be viewed again using the same column name. This is called as a basic structure of your database. See another example. Student ID, student name and project ID are the example of schema, logical schema, the representation of data flow. How the data is going to be flow is called as a schema. Now let us understand the entity. An entity is a person or object, physical or logical, for which we need to store data in a database. For example, in a school, it can be a student, a teacher or a course. This is called as a entity. Try to understand. Same example you can see. View, entire view is called as a schema, but student ID is called as a entity. Student name is also called as a entity, and project ID is also called as a entity, a particular object. Now let us try to understand relation. A relation, I already told you, a table is called as a relation, is a collection of data corresponding to the same kinds of entity in a database. A relation may contain data of all the books in a library. This is a simple example where we are storing all the data of our library books is called as a relation, or a table is called as a simply relation. Now, cardinality and degree. These two terms are most important. The number of tuples or row in a table is called as its cardinality, and number of attribute or columns in a table is called as a degree. We'll see with a diagram also in next slides. So just we have to understand the number of columns are called as a degree, and number of rows in a table is called as a cardinality. Next thing is domain. Columns data type, like a column we are having roll number. What kind of data roll number can store? Yes, a roll number can store a integer type of data. Sometime it can be store a alphanumerical data also. Suppose A102, B102, like the data also can be stored. So these types of data are called as a domain. The types of data for a particular column is called as a domain. Now, key, a column, a particular column or a combination of column which can be used to identify the row called as a key. Key concept we will clear in next few slides. You will better understand. So you have to understand a particular column or the combination of multiple column also which is used to identify a row is called as a key. Now again we will discuss on cardinality and degree. Cardinality is called as a number of row in a table, and degree is called as a number of columns in a table. See, this is an example I have made. A table we are having, and we have stored the data of supply and quantity. Count the number of rows. You can easily able to count the number of row. Let me highlight it. See, this is the row number 1, this is the row number 2, this is the row number 3, this is the row number 4. So number of cardinality will be 4. Same time number of degree is called as a column number 1 and column number 2. So this is called as a degree is equal to 2. So I hope it is clear. I made it very simple for everyone. Now, this is a question for you. You have to identify the number of cardinality and number of degree. Yes, I hope you all have done correctly. See, the number of rows are 3 and number of columns are 5. You can easily identify number of cardinality is 1, cardinality 2 and cardinality 3, and degree 1, degree 2, degree 3, degree 4 and degree 5. So by seeing this simple example, we can easily identify the degree and cardinality of a table. Now, let us try to understand the key concept of database management system. Again, the same table example I have taken. First of all, we will try to understand what is a candidate key. So I will explain you in a very clear manner that all the column in a table are called as a candidate keys. See, all the column collectively known as a candidate keys. They are candidate. Suppose if you are talking about a class, all the students are called as a student. Okay, individually also called as a student and together also called as a students only. So same thing is there. You can see a column in a table is called as a candidate, and all the column together also called as a collectively candidates. Now, out of these all the column, if any column holding a unique value, see this is a column account number which is holding a unique value 1001 and 1002. Is it clear? All the columns are account number, title, author, publisher, edition and price are called as a candidate. Out of these candidate, a single column which holding unique value can be assigned as a primary key. Is it clear to everyone? See, out of all the candidate key, one column can have a unique value. Multiple column also can have unique value. No issue. But I have given the example of a single column where we are having unique value. So it is selected as a primary key. Again, you can see if multiple columns are having unique value, then you may have a multiple primary key in a table also. One table can be linked with another table, and the same table also can be linked with third table also. No need to link the second table to the third table. The first table itself can be linked with the third table. Is it clear? So in such type of situation, you may have multiple primary keys. We will discuss some more thing later. And rest of the things, what is the rest of the things like a title, author, publisher, edition and price, all are called as a alternative key. So with one diagram, you can understand that all the columns are individually called as a candidate. Out of all candidate, a single column which is having unique value can be set as a primary key. If a column is set as a primary key, just ignore it, and rest of the columns are called as a alternative keys. So I hope it is clear to everyone. It's a very simple logic behind these things. Now, primary key is okay. Let us try to understand foreign key. Foreign key will occur only when you will join the multiple tables together. See, I have a books table and students table, and I want to join these two tables. So how I can join? I have to find out the common column with the common value. May not be in second foreign key column, common value may not be there, but the similar value will be there. See, so the account number is one of the column which is having the similar value as similar to the books table. So this column which is used to set the relation between primary table and secondary table is known as a foreign key. Please try to understand. In a primary table, it is called as a primary key. In secondary table, the same column which is used to set the relation between both table is called as a foreign key. So see, the relation is going to be established between books table and students table. Now, let us understand what is the Cartesian product of a table or of multiple table. Just try to understand. I made it diagrammatically. I'm having two different table number 1, 2, 3, which having data, and table number AB, another data is available. And now you can see how to find out the Cartesian product of two table. So it's very easy. First, you have to find out the number of rows in first table. See how many rows are there. 1, 2, and 3 number of rows are there. And then you have to find out the number of rows in second table. So it's very easy to identify A and B, 2 number of rows are there. Now how to find out the Cartesian product of two tables? So what to do? Very simple, number of rows multiply by number of rows of second table. So 3 multiplied by 2 and we are getting 6. 6 is nothing but Cartesian product of two table. And one more thing you have to understand, the first table row is linked with all the data of second table. First it will link with the A, then again it will link with the B. Then second will also link with A and second will link with B. Then third will also link with A and third will also link with B. Already it is explained here. You can easily understand by taking a screenshot also you can understand. So this is a simple way to understand what is the Cartesian product of two tables. Yes, by pairing up each row of one table with each row of other table, we can easily identify the Cartesian product of two tables. Now, we are going to learn about the normalization. So what is normalization? It is a process to reduce data redundancy by breaking into separate table using principles of relational structure. Okay, I'll explain you with a very simple example. For example, this is our table and we have stored the data, right? Item 1 and item 2 like that. How we can break this data to avoid the redundancy. So see this next example. We have broke the data into a particular way. Items we have item 1, item 2. No need. We have given the item as a column in another table and we have break the data and we got the information. This is called as a normalization. This is first normalization form. This is second normalization form, or more also you can do it according to your requirement. So this is a very easy way to understand the normalization term. Again, please try to understand. It is a process to reduce the data redundancy by breaking into separate table. See, we are going to break a table data into again a separate table. This is called as a normalization. I hope it is clear to everyone. So with the help of normalization, we can structure the data. We can create a data into structured way. Already data is in structure, but we can create a meaningful structure also to avoid the redundancy. And we can simplify the data through update, delete, insert operation. All the MySQL operation we can apply after normalizing the data. Now, before going for a computerized database, we must have to understand how a data can be designed. A rough design, then we can go for the implementing in our computer using three models. One is called as a conceptual data model, another one is called as a logical, and the final physical data model. These models are going step by steps, and finally the physical data model is playing main role in MySQL programming. So first we will understand the data model, which is conceptual data model. It is also called as a bird's eye view of model. How it is called as a bird's eye view of model? I will explain you with a diagram. So it identifies various entity and relationship between them. It will simply identify the entity of your data and what are the relationships are available between them. See, we are talking about school database, and in a school database, you may have student, you may have a course, and same time you may have marks. By the help of these three entities, what we can do, we can generate a result taking data from student, from course, and from marks, generate the result. If you are designing the data you can understand this data model is called as a conceptual data model. Now, logical data model. It is closer view of database. If you are closely viewing your database, then how it can be visible to you. I'll show you with a diagram so you can understand this is called as a logical data model. See, this is a diagram where time is a table, product is a table, sales is a table. Okay, entity, you can see this is entity, and is this entity we are having this much of information: product description, category description, unit price created, and store ID also we are having this one, region name, region created, item ID, item sold, sales amount. These are the basic information related to particular table, can be set or can be viewed with the help of logical data model. It describes the attributes of all entities. Attributes, columns. We have already learned what is attribute. So if any entity's attributes are going to be defined, they are called as a logical data model. Any table, for example, you have created a student table name, father name, mother name. So student table is an entity, and father name, mother name, and student name is called as a attribute. So if you are simply displaying student table, this is called as a conceptual view. But if you are displaying student table, student name, student ID, father name, mother name, logical data model or logical view of the table database. So in this logical data model, you can go for normalization easily. Now finally, the physical data model will come. The physical data model represent the actual implementation of logical data model. How it is actual implementation, you can see it will display all the kind of constraint, all the kind of column name, column data type, primary key, foreign key, and relationship between all the tables. See this diagram. See, all the column names are available, all the entity name are available, same primary key is available, their data type is there. For example, name is a attribute and where character is a data type and 40 is its size. So these things only and only can be visible in physical data model only. So I hope it is clear to everyone. All the three data model, if you are talking about only entity like a student, like a course, this is called as a conceptual data model. If we are giving the only attribute name, course type, and course eligibility, they are called as a logical. But when we are displaying all the foreign key, primary key, the types of data, the size of data, this is called as a physical data model. And finally, this physical data model will represent the relation between these tables also. Now, we will start MySQL. Once a physical data model design, we can create a database using computer RDBMS software. Is it clear to everyone? Whatever basic things we have to cover according to your syllabus, we have covered most probably. And now we are going to start practical work, MySQL. So once a physical data model is designed, now you are ready to work out on your computer software, which is a MySQL. And MySQL is a free and open source software which is available over the internet. Open source in the sense of anybody can download and anybody can contribute. If you want to change, there will be a team, they will receive your contribution and they will update if it is required. It is virus free because it is used by many of the people. Any bug or virus occur, immediately the information goes to the open source team and they will find out the solution. So this is the link. From this link, you can easily download the MySQL software in your computer. So I will just 1 minute. I will explain you after downloading this software how you can install in your computer. A very quick view. So once the download is over, you have to double click on the setup. The following window will come: MySQL installer. you have to choose developer default, or you can choose server only, client only, full or custom. According to your choice, you can select, but generally you have to select developer default. Then when you will select the developer default, automatically the second window will appear. In that second window, MySQL server, whatever version 5.7 I am having, that will display. Then it will check the requirement. If something is not available in your computer, it will automatically download from internet and it will be automatically installed. And finally, the MySQL server and related files are going to be installed in your computer. Every time you see there is a next button, you have to click on the next button to go for the next window. Once the process is over, the next button will be highlighted. Then when you will click on the next button, it will ask you to enter the password, because MySQL is a password protected software. To log in MySQL, to work in MySQL, you must have to enter a password. Once the password entered and the password will be checked, if it is OK, then your setup will be successfully installed. So once the MySQL setup is successfully installed in your computer, now you are ready to work with MySQL software. So let us go. So what I will do, yeah, one more thing before starting this, it is a fully structured query language. All the instruction will be given in the form of command only, means you have to type everything in a command prompt. And there are three types of commands are available: DDL, DML and DCL. If you are creating, altering and deleting data, called as a data definition language. If you are doing something with your table data, not with structure, that is called as a data manipulation language. And if you are using control on any action over your data, comes under the DCL command. So now in this session, first we have to start the MySQL. So you after successfully install the MySQL, you can find out sometime the setup will be available over your desktop, and sometime you have to start it by clicking on the start button. So I will show you, because it is available on my desktop. So right, you can see MySQL is available here. Just double click on this setup. This is a software icon. Now, initially it is asking to enter your password. So I have given a password. Once you will enter your password while installation, you have given the password. The same password you have to enter here. Now it will check the password. If it is OK, then you are able to log in your MySQL. Now, first task, when you will enter in your software, you have to create your database. A very simple command you can use to create a database. CREATE, create DATA, database. For example, let us create a database named school. One more thing, to stop, to end a MySQL command, you must have to put a semicolon. If you will not put semicolon, you will get an error. Now you can see we have created a database named school. So once you will hit enter, your database got created. You will get a message here itself. Query OK, one row affected. Now, so once a database is created, let us find whether the database is actually created or not. Let us see. So very simple command you can use: show databases, and same you have to put a semicolon every time. Now you can see just now we have created a school database and we got our database is created in MySQL database. OK, because already MySQL is a software which is having the database. Many databases are existing. So we have to create our own database and we can work in our own database. Now this task is over. Now how to work in our own database? Before that, I will tell you again, suppose if you want to stop EXIT, you have to type MySQL command prompt will stop. Why I explained you? Because suppose tomorrow you will come back to your laptop or computer and you will start your MySQL again. Then what? Again, we have to type the same command. like a create database, right? No, you need not to type this command, because if you type this command also nothing will happen. It will show can't create database is already exist. Is it okay? So what is the command? You have to do it in the next day. When you want to reopen your database, you have to type use and the name of database, and you have to hit enter. Now you are working in your own database in MySQL, which is called as a school. So I hope it is clear to all of you. Now, I know very well when physical data model is created by you and the data model got designed by you, definitely you will go for data creation and you did not to delete a database. Okay, but suppose there may be a chances to delete a database permanently, then what to do? Okay, but before deleting the database permanently, you have to be very much sure that your data will be in safe. Okay, otherwise what will happen? The entire database will take your all the data and it got deleted. So the command is that drop database database and the name of database which you want to delete. Okay, now how we can check whether the database is got deleted or not? Very easy. Just type a command show databases and check it. There is no school database in MySQL database. So I hope it is clear to everyone. Very easy to start MySQL, very easy to create a database in MySQL, and it's very easy to drop the database permanently. We can delete. If it is already created, we can come back to the next day, or we can restart the MySQL and we can simply type a command use and our database name. So we can continue work with our database. So we'll continue as we deleted the data base. So we will create database. Okay, sorry, we have created spelling mistake is there. So we'll. Okay, that data is also existing. See, whatever you have created, everything is existing. See, you can delete it whenever you want. So such type of situation may occur. That's why I explain you how to delete a database. Now, once the database is created, the second chance, what you have to do, the second thing, what you have to do. So you have to create your table. Once a database is ready, you must have to create a table. Creating a table. So let us see how to create a table. Very simple command, create, create table and the name of table. For example, student ADM, admission. Just try to understand. Student admission. We'll open a bracket and we will assign attributes. For example, STUID, student ID. What kind of ID you want? Now we will discuss data type also in this session itself. Suppose you want only number value. So you can write int. How many number you want to store? I want to store at least 10 numbers. 10 number in the sense of size. Okay, suppose 100 you can store, 1000 you can store, 10,000 you can store. If it is going beyond the 10 digit, then it will not accept. Okay, so we will do it with this another column, stu name. Okay, what value you can store in student name? You can store a string type of value. So if you want to store string type of value, the MySQL will provide you two data type. One is called as a char, and another one is called as a var. So we are going to use var character. Any size, a student name may be a 55 character, right? And final bracket you have to close. What is final bracket? This is the bracket which we have open, so we have to close it. Now put a semicolon. Very simple. You create table, name of the table, attribute name, its data type and its size, separated by a comma, another attribute name, data type, and its size. Hit enter, and you can see, right. So you got this error. If you are getting this type of error, you have to type a very simple command, use and your database name. Now this will not give you any error. Right? Is it clear? Use database, then only you can create a table. Now you can see our table is ready. We have created our table successfully. Now, once a table is created, you can see the physical data view by the help of DESC command, DESC STUDENTADM table name, and you can see, sorry. Right. All the fields are available. Name of the field, data type, any key we have assigned, everything. So this is called as a last physical data model view of your table. Now our table is ready. Now we will insert some data. Insert into STUDENTADM student ADM values. For example, number value, admission number is 1 and the name is, for example, KRISHAN. Close the bracket, put a semicolon. Now you can see we have added one data. If you want to add one more data, then you can type any other name and you can type the data here. The second data also we have entered. So very simple command we are going to use, insert into where the name of the table, what values, what value you want to store, these types of value according to the column name. Is it okay? The value you have to enter according to your table structure. Now how to see the table data? Very simple command, select star from table name and you can see all the data will be going to be displayed as a result. So you can see it's a very easy task to create a table using MySQL. It's a very easy task to create. After creating table, you can enter the data and you can extract the data from your table. Not only this thing, if you want to extract a particular column also can be extracted. Remove the star and put it column name STUID. See, we are getting only student ID. Not only this, if you want to display a particular data only, a particular row only also can be possible using a condition where STUID is equal to 101. See, we are getting only the particular person data, not all the person data. So you can identify the data and you can extract the data using this simple command where column name is equal to matching value. You will get your, suppose we want to find out the data of Mohan. Let me find out the data of Mohan. So we will enter the command where Mohan is the STUNAME is equal to Mohan is a where character value. So we have to write it in a double inverted comma and we can hit enter. We will get the Mohan's data. So I hope it is clear to everyone, right? Now, once a table is created, can we add a column in a table? For example, this is my table and I want one more column to be available here with admission number is over, student ID is over, student name is over, student phone number. Let us have a phone number. So we will use a data definition command like a ALTER alter table, name of the table STUDENTADM, add what column you want to add, suppose STUPHONE phone, the data type, sorry, size and put a semicolon. Now this column got added in your table. How to see? See, this column got added. Okay, and it is having the null value because we have not entered any value for this column. So I hope it is clear. Again, if you want to remove the same column, then how to remove, suppose unwanted column we have added, how to remove the unwanted column. So we can use the same command, alter table student. Instead of add, we can write it drop and the column name without its size and data type. Just hit enter, the column got removed from your table. Is it simple? That's why if you will do on paper, then what will happen? So much of whitener you have to apply, or paper you have to tear, or wastage of this thing, that thing. Many problems will come, but here it's a very easy, safe and fast also. Suppose we are having multiple data, then we can easily extract the data by giving the particular ID of particular data. Suppose we want to find out the lakhs number of data, then you give the number, which number you want to find out, and immediately you can get your data in a second. In a second, you will get it your data. That's why the MySQL is a very useful software for any kind of database programming. So we have learned inserting new data in a table. We have already learned extracting data. We have learned how to apply condition on data, modifying table structure, alter, add, drop and modify. Yes, one more thing we can see. Same alter command, and we can go for the modify, modify, modify any column data type. If you want to modify, you can easily modify. We don't have this column. Suppose stuid and it is an integer, and if you want to decimal, you can give it this, hit enter. Right now what will happen when you will extract the data? This column value is a now decimal. How to identify? DESC, describe the table structure and see. Here it become a decimal value. It become a decimal value, but earlier it was not a decimal value. It was a integer type of value. So I hope it is clear to all of you. All the alter command we have discussed. Now let us discuss how to update the data in a table. It's also very easy.
Sir, last 2 minutes.
Yeah, last 2 minutes. Okay. Then uh, right, let us see. Update studentadm set stuid is equal to 104, where stuid is equal to 101. Let us see what error it show. Right, what we done already, the student ID was 101, the Christian ID is 101. We have updated the ID using the command update, table name, set new value where the old value was. That check it quickly. Right, you can see now it become 104. Not only the number value, you can update any kind of string value. And finally, deleting, this is the last command. If you want to delete something, you have to type a command delete, delete from studentadm. Okay, you must have to put where condition, otherwise what will happen? All the data will erase. Where stuid is equal to 104. So let us see the error. Right, you can see. So there is no 101. That's why we will give 104 here. 104. Now the data got deleted. Check it. Only one data is available here. What will happen if you will not give the where condition? If you will not give the where condition, then entire table data will get deleted. Now you can see we don't have any data. We are getting a message empty data. So I hope it is clear to all of you. All the things we have covered according to your right? This is only the last topic. Deleting table and database we have already saw. If you want to delete a database, you have to give a command drop database and name of the database. Same time, if you want to drop a table, you can give a command drop table, name of the table studentadm. How to check it? Show tables, no table. Is it clear to everyone? So you can see we try to complete in 1 hour the entire session, which is highly impossible, but we have completed all the MySQL, starting MySQL, login in MySQL, creating database, searching existing database, using database, creating table, viewing table structure, inserting new data, extracting data, applying condition, modifying the data, updating data in table, deleting and deleting table and data structure. So all the things we have covered, and I hope you have learned so many things after interacting with this wonderful session with me. And I really thanks to everyone. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.